What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm not going to talk too much at the start. This is episode 3 of our boxing journey, and I had a good one. Had 2 really tough classes at the start of the week, and then had just open gym where we were just going through some, well, I was just going through some good stuff because my mate was actually sick this weekend. So it's just me in the open gym, but he did join for the classes. As always, I can't record the classes, just record at the end, and throughout the video I'll show you guys something really cool that we did in one of the classes, but just as kind of an example, I show you guys. I couldn't actually show you the classes though, but yeah, feel really good. I'm quite tired a lot of the time, but just getting back into it, and I'm going to be starting the one-to-ones. Hopefully going to be getting into the sparring in the next 3 to 4 weeks, and yeah, it should be good fun. I appreciate the support as always. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and yeah, enjoy the video, guys. Alright guys, so here we are, started to pack here, and you'll see I'm reaching in. I couldn't find my shorts for the life of me. I could not find my shorts. It turns out they were actually just not in the bag somehow. This was before the first class, in the house, ready to go. I actually felt good, ready to go. I believe this was the Monday or the Tuesday. This was after the class. I felt really good. I had a really good class. Young coach, and I felt great. You can see everyone's packing up there. This is me obviously leaving. As always, I take my hair out because I have my hair up in like I don't know what you'd call it, a knot or whatever you want to call it. Always have my hair up. But yeah, it was fucking like 1 degree. And here I show you guys, I had 2 pegs there and 1 peg there. And the reason we had the pegs is because we would go up against one another and do, almost like a sparring here, and we try and grab the pegs from one another. Had really good fun. Done it with my mate once and I beat him. And I went up against this other guy and we done 4 different little matches, if you call it that, in a row, and it got really competitive, man. Really nasty stuff. We were pushing each other about. It was good fun though. I ripped his top, but it was dead good fun. And then this was after the second class. Really very much more technical stuff, but that was a cracking class. Now here we are for the open gym, just doing my wraps and stuff. But, those first 2 classes were really good. Like I said, the second class was far more technical based. We had the Fabio Wardley, the profile. We had his coach teach the class, which was awesome. And then the class before that, we had much more physical, much more exercise based stuff. And like I said, with the peg thing, that was really cool to do that. We were trying to snatch from one another. And me and this guy, we were just kind of like, let's just fucking go at it, man. Let's just almost like slug out. We got in the clinch with each other. We were pivoting around when it was really good. I took an elbow to the face, but we carried on and we had a good time with it. I ripped his shirt clean in half by accident. But the classes were really good. And then here I was just in open gym. Had a few days off from the gym in general. So yeah, just felt a bit bit stiff. So just kind of moved around. I was here for about two hours. And had a really good open gym session. Just warming up. I like to keep my hoodie on just for the first like 20 minutes, half an hour. Just kind of get warm, move around. The boots are on, wraps are on, and we're ready to go. A bit busier open gym today. You'll see some people in the background. And yeah, no, it was really good. Looking forward to get back into it this week. So we get the gloves on and we're moving around, just getting that first sweat going. And this was actually quite an interesting session as well. As you guys can see, the guy in the background wearing pretty much the all black attire. He is one of the charity fights. He's fighting in March, and his charity bouts, that's full head guard, 16-ounce gloves. Fighting for charity, raise money for charity. Really good cause. And end up doing some light body sparring with him and helping him with some stuff. And I'm not the best in the world, but definitely taught him some things. You could tell he was young to the sport, and he really appreciated it, and he was a really cool dude. There was the coach, actually, was Fabio Wardley's head coach again, that said, Ethan, get in the ring and do some body sparring with him, and that helped us both. And here I just felt good, I was just moving around, felt the flow, and yeah, I felt really good, really good here. I love that sequence there. I really like that sequence. I'll slow it down here a little bit for you guys. Through that uppercut, went under. Bang, come close. Bang, step back. 1, 2. I love that. I'm going to slow it down one more time for you guys. Really love that. The 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we get our feet. Bang, throw that big uppercut. Roll under. Just as that slides right past the head. Catch him with that uppercut again. The step back. The jab. The straight. That felt like a really nice sequence. I felt really good there. and then we just carry on. There was a lot I wanted to work on today. I'm going to get in some new shorts as well, man. These shorts are covered in blood and all sorts from when I used to spar, so I'm going to be getting some new shorts at some point. Also, my socks slip down, and I hate that. I much prefer having my socks on show, and that's a really random thing to say, but I much prefer having my socks on show. It looks kind of weird, me not having my socks on show here. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. I know that's a really trivial thing, but I much prefer having my socks shown above the shoes. Sorry, but yeah, that looks kind of weird to me. But it's just because I've always had my socks above my shoes. So yeah, a bit of a trivial thing. But you know, I feel like we sometimes, you know, like I always have to have a t-shirt tucked in. Let me know if you guys have anything like that where you have to be dressed or wearing something in a certain manner. Because yeah, I'm kind of like a bit weird, bit OCD like that. So as always, you guys only see, you know, 2 to 3 minutes of each thing. I tend to not do rounds. I tend to just go and go and go and just work on things, because I'm always thinking. So you can see Alicia, I believe her name is, running past there. She's a nice woman for sure. She's fighting in March as well, actually, for one of the white collar titles, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you know, I normally do this for about 6-7 minutes each time, but you guys only see about 2 or 3 minutes. I just tend to cut out like the middle or the best bits. And here I got this comment from the homie King Fisher, and one thing he wanted to see through this comment was the main part was footwork, to see it close up. So I thought, alright, I'd put a camera nice and low, and I would work on the footwork, because that's one thing that you guys don't get to see from these wide angles. So I thought, you know, I'd put this on show. You know, I tried to take you guys' comments and use them as much as possible. There is another comment coming up with someone, you know, giving me some advice, and I use it throughout this training. So you can see me just using my footwork. Obviously, I'm throwing. That's what that light bobbing is. You can see me throwing some strokes. I'm not just bobbing for the sake of it. I'm not doing it for the camera. I often forget the camera's there. The amount of times I've recorded and afterwards it's just 2 minutes or 30 seconds or a minute of me just drinking water because I forgot the camera's there. So here I'm, you know, I often notice that I'm going too far away. I'm like, alright, I gotta get closer to the camera, So I'm just moving away, and then yeah, so I tried to show as much of this footwork as possible. So you know, if you guys want to see anything like this kind of close up, more footwork stuff, you know, maybe some, you know, different equipment, whatever it may be, let me know in the comments down below. But don't get me wrong, guys, as I always say, you know, I treat myself like a beginner. I may not be a beginner, but I like to think like a beginner and treat myself like a beginner. So I like to look here and be like, all right, I'm not on my toes all the time. I'm quite flat-footed with that front foot from time to time. You know, some fighters make it work well. You know, Triple G, for example, he doesn't fight flat-footed, but when he cuts off the ring, he steps, and he's very flat-footed and very strong the way he does it. But, you know, I'm no Triple G, so of course, you know, that's not an excuse. But, you know, I'm on my toes from time to time, but you can see from quite often I tend to be back to that flat foot stance, which I really shouldn't be. So if you guys have any advice or any tips on how to kind of counter the flat foot, or maybe the amount of time, the amount I'm flat foot is good. Maybe I'm on my toes a good amount and I'm flat footed a good amount. Let me know what you guys think from, you know, experience or watching other fighters. So now we're back onto the heavy bag, and here I was just like, I'm going to just, for about 4-5 minutes, I'm just going to throw every fucking thing I've got at this bag. I was sweating by the end of this. I just threw the heaviest hooks. I just imagine myself fighting, you know, Canelo on the inside. Just, you know, how would I, you know, what would I throw at this man to take him down? You know, I'm not the best inside fighter, but that's something I definitely want to improve. I'm trying to almost bully. You can see me using my shoulder and my elbow, you know, pushing on it. Just big shots here. I don't think my hooks are actually too bad, to be honest. I used to have my elbow really low, but looking at some of them high hooks, I've got my elbow quite nicely up, and you know, I don't drop my hands too much. Sometimes I do. I can tell that I do. You know, and they're not slow either, you know, they're you know, not slow hooks. Trying to throw a few uppercuts to the body, but that still feels a bit odd. I definitely prefer the body hook opposed to the body uppercut, but definitely something I'm trying to work on as well. And remember, guys, when you see people in the background, everyone has different levels of skill. Some of these guys have only had the gloves on for a week. Some of them have had the gloves on for 5 years, you know. So just remember that, because some people will look at the guys in the background and say, oh, you know, why are they only doing this? Or, you know, for example, this guy in the background, he's only put the gloves on for about 6 weeks now. You know, he's one of the charity guys. So, you know, you know, everyone's at a different level. So that's just one thing to take into consideration. And now here, another thing you can see me kind of measure myself at here, where someone said, you know, that they like that I don't just smash the bag, and that they noticed I don't fully extend on my jabs. That is one thing I for sure have noticed. It's something I'm going to be working on over the next few months, because I definitely notice I don't use my full range. With my straight, I do. This wasn't the best bag to try it on, admittedly, but I just wanted to give this bag a go, because the top of the bag is really weak and almost empty. The tape bit is really tight, and the bottom bit is really heavy. So, you know, I was just kind of getting them going. That was quite quick, actually. That jab straight was quite quick, actually. You know, not obviously sped up or nothing. Not that I'm light and fast, but just kind of trying to get that full range. But one thing you guys probably won't see, because the camera actually fell, that's why that cut was there, is I didn't notice it was about 4 or 5 minutes from that camera fell. I didn't notice for a good, you know, 4 odd minutes. Is I threw the jab, really, you know, extended the jab fully out, and then threw the straight and missed it and fully extended, and heard like this little pop in my elbow, which was really painful. I'm you know, I'm okay, and everything was fine afterwards. You can see I'm fine here, but it was just like there's that perfect line between extending perfectly and overextending and damaging your elbow or your shoulder, especially when you're throwing a full wallop expecting to hit something and nothing ever comes, you know, and your arm goes all funny. So, you know, but this is something I'm definitely going to work on. You know, it's just, yeah, it's just something I need to improve on. If you guys have any like old school tricks or tips on how to get the extended jab going like correctly, then let me know in the comments down below, and I'll you know, I'll definitely try some things out and see what's up, you know. And now this was the end of the session. I'm going to be getting some one-to-ones with one of the pro coaches here to work on like my movement and my jabs and my straights and stuff, and just, you know, pro coaching, which was brilliant. You can see I got a good sweat going. The guy you saw in the background throughout this video, I got some body sparring in that ring that you can see there that I point over to. Very small ring. I was just helping him out. I was just kind of harassing him almost, just like, you know, because these charity boxers, you know, they're just fighting 3 rounds for charity, and they just throw a lot at each other. So that's kind of what I was helping him with, and he greatly appreciated it. And I said to him, you know, anytime that I'm about, you know, give me a shout, and we'll do it again. And it was tons of fun to help him out, tons of fun to, you know, kind of the little bit of knowledge I do have, kind of give that to someone, and it was really cool. But, you know, all in all, another good week. I feel like my hooks are getting far better from the start of this year already, within the space of about a month. I feel my cardio definitely took a step up just from these classes that I've been doing. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll definitely get some cardio training in the videos, so you will see. And then, as always, you know, I won't be able to record the classes, but I'll always have that open gym session to show you guys as much as possible. But yeah, I hope you guys have all enjoyed this one. If you have, drop a like, subscribe down below. Thank you as always for watching. I really do appreciate it. As always, guys, if you've got any advice or any tips, feel free to let me know. As I always say, I have no respect for armchair experts, but if you guys are knowledgeable on the sport, you don't have to step into the ring, but if you guys know the sport, a lot of you guys seem to be very respectful, know the sport, and give advice that is appropriate to the level that I'm at, treating myself as a beginner, not treating me as a pro. Always greatly appreciated, guys, so I hope you all enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.